How did this happen?
It's just as we suspected. Dragon Age the Veilguard is underperforming
Dragon Age, Dragon Age,
dramatically
Dragon
on Steam
Age.
charts and on Twitch views. The concurrent players are dropping.
The death
This
of
is
a
just 1 day
franchise. It's
after
beautiful.
release. It didn't hit the numbers that it really needed to hit to be a success given the massive budget behind this game. And this is especially shocking considering how big of a franchise Dragon Age is and how big the fan.
You know, the whole Dragon Age thing is really fucking crazy because the thing is, people don't understand. I'm not mad, for example, right? I think the biggest thing is people aren't mad about any of the gender shit. I'm sure there are people who are mad about that, right? But it's, you know what broke me when it comes to Dragon Age? What really made me just despise this game's existence? When every review is saying that the story is shit, when the combat is a better aspect to a Dragon Age game than the story, you fucked up. You fucked up. It's an RPG. How do you do that? How? How? This is like the next Persona game. Somebody said, yeah, social systems are dog shit and story's bad, but it's really fun turn-based combat. The fuck? I'm not buying that. What the hell? I wish the next Persona game did that. Because, like, oh, I don't actually wish that. Please don't. But, like, you guys get my point. That's fucking crazy. And it's everyone trying to gaslight you and to think, well, it's because, there's gay people that exist, so you're so scared of that. No one cares, bro. It's just the fact. You don't have to. The thing is, we've noticed a pattern. Humans are literally pattern creatures, right? And people say this as a meme about, like, the whole race stuff, right? But legit, we are pattern recognition creatures. And every time y'all motherfuckers forcefully insert yourselves poorly into a sphere of media, it goes shit. You can't forcefully add to it. It has to come authentically. When you have an idea for a character, it has to be like, this popped up, I had inspiration. What the fuck was the inspiration? Yourself? If yourself is the inspiration for a character, it's gonna be dog shit. Because that's your inspiration for every character. You copied and pasted yourself on every fucking character. Are you they, them? Oh, let me do push-ups. Really? Are you fucking joking? This is a fantasy world. You're telling me they had this kind of surgery in medieval times? They had gender reaffirming care? Like, what the actual fuck? It just pulls you out of the experience. And that's a sign that the writing is going to be bad all the way across, because if you can't even get, like, common sense, like, hey, we can use fucking magic if someone switches gender and then people wouldn't even fucking know, because if that was a thing in real life, I'm sure all of these people who want to be a different gender would be able to use that, and then they don't have to suffer through years of taking hormones, of surgery, of all this stuff. Like, if you just use common sense, you could have trans people in a fantasy setting. That's fine. People can't argue with you because the opposition is saying it's fucking fiction anyway. So they're not gonna argue with you about that. It's the fact you guys are so desperate to make yourself in a video game that you forgot it's about escapism. And then the story goes to shit because that's what it's about. Like, what the fuck, bro? I love the Inquisition. People are trying to say Inquisition's bad. Now, I fucking love the Inquisition. I didn't play it at launch, but I played it 2 years after, a year after, and I fucking liked it. I thought it was a great game. It won Game of the Year. Like, I really enjoyed the game. And to see that dark, gritty tone get replaced by fucking Fortnite, like, that shit broke my heart, bro. And I was one of the people who defended it. That's the worst part. That's the worst part. And then I saw, oh, surgical scars. Okay, maybe. Oh, we're doing push-ups because you mentioned this person. Oh, okay. Oh, the story's bad. Oh, everyone's saying the story's bad. Oh, the good reviews are bought. Oh, no, they're hiding reviews. And they just all came crashing out. And now they're selling poorly compared to what they need to be a success, especially for fucking EA, who already... EA got its own fucking problems, but oh man, it's so disappointing. So disappointing.
When you hire a bunch of trans activists to insert their ideologies and their demonic ideologies of that into these
Should have
games.
known.
So, despite all of the cope that is rolling around and people trying to pretend that this is actually doing well, it's not. It's not. And we're going to break down.
It's not all trans people, but it's always a trans person. You know what I mean? That's kind of what it's becoming in the gaming industry. Like these hardcore flops, the thing they have all in common is that an LGBT person decided that their identity was going to be force fed down people's throats. Everyone said, I came here to play a fucking fantasy game. Or I came here to play a fucking third-person shooter. What the fuck? I don't care about your damn pronouns. We're supposed to be killing each other in like 2 seconds. What the fuck? Your pronouns are going to be was, were, because you're going to be in the ground. My team's winning.
Some of the numbers right now. So right now,
not all trans people. It's just always a trans person doing this shit.
Concurrent players. We're looking at Dragon Age, the Veilguard. Where God is it right now? It dropped. There it is. It dropped at 17th place. Let's go ahead and refresh, see if that makes a difference. 17th place right now.
70K. This shit is trying to claw out of the 70,000 range.
Sitting at 66,000 concurrent viewers, and on the surface, it's like, oh, 66,000.
Yeah, for clarity, by the way, Black Myth Wukong had a higher all-time peak, I believe, today. Or not all-time peak, of 24-hour peak than fucking Dragon Age. Black Myth came out in fucking August, bro. It's fucking 2 months ago. It's a single-player game. Fucking Monster Hunter, 400,000 players, bro, for a fucking beta. Concord couldn't do that shit. Oh my god, man. Baldur's Gate 3 is competing with them in this same genre. I guarantee people saw that shit and was like, I'm gonna go back to Baldur's Gate. Oh my god. Metaphor ReFantasio has it's in the 80,000 range, I think, for all-time peak. Versus a fucking game that took 10 years of development that most definitely costs like 10 times to make.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. But
10 times the money.
With this kind of massive budget of, I mean, we're estimating 300 million plus budget for this game.
Yeah, with the advertising,
for such a long time.
10 years of development for this is crazy.
Resources into this game. There's no way
optimization team needs a raise though.
Budget back with these numbers. Now, just for a comparison, let's look at Baldur's Gate 3, which is
I heard her cat in the background.
Like 60.
I heard that.
This is only 4,000 less concurrent viewers right now.
I want
Baldur's
that cat.
Gate 3 has been out for a long time, like a year, over a year. And it is still sitting at almost the same number of concurrent players as Dragon Age the Veilguard, which was supposedly a highly anticipated game. I mean,
Ultima has a higher 24-hour peak.
Fans now, a lot of them just opted not to play because they're disappointed.
Factorio, I've never even heard of that game. You got Apex Legends, 138K. Makes sense. These all multiplayer games. Makes sense. Jesus Christ, bro. This is the fucking monster. This is a beta test, man. This is a fucking beta test. Stardew Valley. Oh my god.
That is sitting at almost identical concurrent numbers to Baldur's Gate 3, which, mind you, now again, you think that like 70,000 peak concurrent sounds impressive. Well, look at Baldur's Gate 3 with their all-time peak concurrent being almost 900,000. There were almost 1 million people playing this concurrently when it came out. So obviously this isn't even close to those kind of numbers. I mean, and this is a game that you would think, I mean, these are comparable games, right? So this is a game you would think would,
that shit's crazy, man.
I don't
This
know,
is such a great for a series too.
Be in the ballpark of that, but it's not. And so
it's really not. The craziest part, right?
You even look at like Black Myth Wukong right now, sitting at 59,000 concurrent viewers. Black Myth Wukong, which had a peak concurrent of 2.4 million. Right?
Okay, there we go.
So yeah, that is what you would call a success. But what we're seeing with Dragon Age the Veilguard at 66,000, it already reached its peak. It's probably
So we're just gonna look at. I just want to check something real quick. So we're gonna look at the. Oh God, bro. So here's the Google review. 2.2. We're gonna look over at Metacritic, right? This is what we're talking about. This is the difference in people who are bought and paid for versus like people giving. I would not say this is an honest opinion, but like this is the disparity. These are the people have spoken. They have chosen. This is the. They are the chosen ones, like Donald Trump said. Okay, and the meme said, and this is what we got. 1-0s. From what I'm gathering from all the reviews and stuff I've seen, this game is a fucking 5, right? It is average as fuck. A RPG with dog shit story is fucked. Okay, it's not gonna make it over average for me. That is because gameplay wise, I've seen the gameplay. Is competing with what? Black Myth Wukong? I don't think so. Is it competing with Ghost of Tsushima? I don't think so. Like when you have a game that's supposed to be an RPG, you're not competing with, and it's not. I guess it's an action RPG as well, but it's not. You're competing with the action adventure game genre, and that is a very dangerous genre to be competing with, because they're fucking good. Their combat is literally what they sell on, whereas you should be selling on story. So if you're not competing with any of the action adventure genre, why the fuck would I play you versus them when your story is bad? So I'm just gonna go play you. If I want to skip story, I can just go play Ghost of Tsushima again and skip the story. Like if it's that bad, so I don't understand what the fucking goal here is. I do want to say the optimization team deserves a fucking raise because I've heard nothing but good. That's across the board. Everyone has said that has been good. That is surprising for PC, like very surprising. At least it wasn't an optimization mess. I hope when BioWare shuts down, that whoever worked on optimization and who actually like worked on building the game itself, I hope as long as those people aren't the cause of the story being dog shit, I hope that they get moved to another studio and give their talents there. They should be quarantined though from the rest of the studio so they don't infect it with their dog shit previous workplace, which is BioWare. But this is the state. 0s to 10s. Fortunately for them, there's a lot more people who did not buy the game, who hate everything they've seen, versus people who haven't bought the game and like everything they've seen to a fucking 10. This game is not a fucking 10. And it's not, and it's this idea that you can't have gay characters and stuff. Final Fantasy 16, it's like, they did it so well because you don't, like, you know the character's gay, but it's not like super in your face. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the plot. He could have been straight. It wouldn't have affected things. It just, you can tell they had an idea for a character. They were like, he's going to be a badass. And he likes dudes. And they managed to make him fucking cool. Like, it's possible. But when you have a whole cutscene where you're like, you should do push-ups when you misgender people. Like, shut the fuck up. Who are you? People go to actual fucking backbreaking jobs. You set a fucking office building, writing your fucking political corn, right? And this is what you do for a living. Stop trying to lecture people. People don't give a fuck. People legit come home and play video games after a day of working in fucking oil fields, you know, like doing construction work, being firefighters, policemen. You think they give a fuck about your gender? Like, what the fuck? Like, when you grow up in the world, you have soldiers, you have all these people who are going through, like, genuine shit. When your life is hard, the last thing you're worried about is fucking gender ideology. It is literally the last thing. And for you to, like, try to shove it down everyone's throat, it's not the fact it's in the game, it's the fact that you put it in everyone's fucking face and try to act like that's the virtuous thing to do when most people don't care. You're aiming at an audience that doesn't fucking exist. The only reason this even sold as much as it did, which isn't super impressive at all, especially for how much they spent, the only reason you even sold that much is because it's a former IP. If this released as an IP like separate from Dragon Age, it wouldn't have sold shit. It wouldn't have sold anything. It would have been another fucking Concord situation, most likely. This is riding off the coattails of Dragon Age. And it is so fucking sad, man. shit. I'm gonna bring up YouTube. And we're just gonna look at the video titles under Dragon Age. Granted, mine is gonna be kind of biased, right? Because obviously it's gonna show people I am subscribed to. But even more like neutral people or people who love the series have been saying the same shit. They all can't be lying. Like everybody can't be lying. The absolute state of Dragon Age the Veilguard. Insulting in Dragon Age Origins versus Dragon Age the Veilguard. You can guess how that goes, right? Like I don't even need to watch this video to know exactly how that goes. Before you buy, standard stuff. So about Dragon Age the Veilguard, Luke doesn't even want to finish the game. I saw
well, everyone here.
I saw this on my like personal account. Obviously, I haven't. It's not gonna show the fucking red bar here. But he doesn't even want to finish the game unless it's for like a review, because at least he gets money from it. Like Penguin Zero, he doesn't like the fucking game. The Canary look fucking stupid. I don't understand how you can rate it a 10 when one of the races in the game have been completely butchered. The character creator is dog shit in a RPG where you make your own character. I made this joke before. I, as a black man, am not represented in this game because the butts are so fucking small that I have a bigger ass than any character in this fucking game, which is crazy, bro. You can find your average black man and they are not represented, or black woman. Like me as a man literally having that shouldn't happen, bro. I should be more caked up than a fucking fantasy video game where characters are supposed to be like hot and eccentric or like cool or like they're supposed to be exaggerated. You guys tell me you can put in a fucking surgical scar, but you can't represent me? Me? The most basic kind of person, bro. You can't even get that right. Like that shit's crazy. Like I'm used to like male models, right? Like not fucking real male models, but like male models in games, like having no ass, whatever, bro. I mean, but like the fact that I outperform the females is crazy, bro. Like I don't even know what the fuck to say, man. It's just crazy. I believe Asmongold became trans by, I don't know if it's by accident or on purpose, but I did remember seeing that. A post about that. BioWare panics after disastrous Veilguard launch, one of the worst RPGs ever made. Like, this is public perception, dude. And everybody defending this game is trying to say, well, it's because they're trans people. Did you ever consider to ask what made people like the previous games and why someone might be upset about the new game? Like, just think about it. Story is bad. This is not really argue. From everything I've seen, it's just like preaching about shit that doesn't matter. It's super campy and happy-go-lucky, and none of the decisions actually matter that much. What is good about that story? What is good about that in an RPG? I have Baldur's Gate 3. I can download mods and have a better experience than this game can offer. A brand new fucking game. It's just crazy to me. I don't know. I really don't know what to say. And I was so excited. I legit defended this. That's the crazy part. I defended the game. Asmongold was talking about how bad the combat looks, and I'm like, hey, listen, guys, that's ironic. You know, his game didn't look the best. Blah 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 blah. And I was like, you know, Dragon Age never had great combat. It really didn't. People who try to say it does, that's fucking cope, right? But it did have a good story and it had really good RPG systems. I thought Inquisition was great. I enjoyed I felt like a king, right? As the Inquisitor, you feel like a king and like choices matter and all this other shit. You really feel like you're role playing that position. Without that, there is no Dragon Age. As far as I'm concerned, this is a Fortnite expansion. Like, this is a Fortnite fucking map. They had a story expansion. Like, I don't understand that. And it's just like, people are they're so desperate to defend the 0.1% of the population that are actually trans. You lose sight of like just facts. Like, is this what you want to be remembered as if you're trans? Is this how you want to be represented in a fantasy setting? you would randomly scar yourself for no reason because magic exists. Polymorphs, hello. There's fucking dragons. But you are so unnatural that even magic can't fix you. That's the message I'm getting. Magic can't even change you. Magic can't even make you what you are or want to be. It's like, that's just stupid. Just fucking dumb. The crazy thing about a character selector, you can pick whatever gender you want. The reason I choose female characters is because I want to be looking at a nice ass when I'm playing the game, okay? When the cameras go off and it's just me. I need something to... Anyway, it looks like if I were to get this, which I'm not, I'm just not buying the game, I'll be honest. I'm just not. I'm just not. Maybe on like a deep sale in the future, I will try it and then give my thoughts. But everything I've seen has been bad, like legit bad. In terms of like story, which is what I cared about, is literally what my whole defense of it was. And the story is dog shit. I'm disappointed. I'm sad. Never gonna get over this. But this whole idea that, oh, it's because trans people, fuck, I don't care. I really could not care less. If people say this without knowing the person on the other side of the screen, you don't know anything about me. You don't know. That's what I love about all my other videos. Like, oh, people making like the craziest assumptions. You're a Hitler. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. You don't even know, bro. Hitler must have done like some crazy community service. Like, that's what I'm just saying. Like, what are you talking about? You don't know the people on the other side of the screens. You're probably saying that to, like, actual people with gender dysphoria. I guarantee at least a good chunk of them have been, like, criticized for not liking this game. Like, the whole point of you can literally choose which gender you want to be. Like, it's crazy, bro. For the non-binary folks, I've already made a video on you guys. Like, if non-binary existed, that means nothing else exists. That's how I see it, okay? You agree to disagree, I don't give a fuck. I'm not the one begging for attention. I'm not the one who have to insert myself into places where I'm not wanted, like here. Like, it's just, you can't force people to like you. And the more desperate you are for acceptance and the more desperate you are to force yourself into places you don't belong, the more you're just going to cause resentment. Do I hate people for how they did? No. I'll call certain shit stupid if I'm like, that makes no sense. But I don't hate you. Like, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, I'm mentally sound in my body. And I don't have to ask anyone else to acknowledge what I am because they know. They can look at me like they've done for thousands of years. It's not hard. I think my mustache is coming in. I can't grow facial hair for shit, you know, a little beard. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Are you playing Dragon Age the Veilguard? Are you one of the 10 people playing? Let me know. Bye-bye.